right, and welcome
Hey, everyone.
This is Andrew Martin, and as you heard, there's Tiffie Lou.
Hi.
Well, welcome, everybody. We have Everything Was Coming Up Adelsons today.
This is going to be a great show tonight.
Yeah, it was kind of bananas. So we have a great show for you. We have a little bit of Sarah Boone news, but don't call your friends and neighbors or anything. It's not anything too exciting. So, but
well, it's not too long.
It's not too long. Yeah. There's a nugget of info. Wanted to say thank you to Renee and Sparkles, our moderators, and folks that showed up early. Angel Baby, Wesley John Holmes.
Bright Sun was here earlier.
Bright Sun, Tennis Girl. I said Wesley John Holmes, our Australian in Japan. J Baby Funky Lady, that's Tiffy's favorite name. Yankee Doodle's here. And I Love Lucy in the house. Hi, Lucy. All right. All right. So as I mentioned, we have the Sarah news. And then we're going to talk about, not time for that yet. We're going to talk about Dr. Chuck. He was sentenced today.
I know he was.
So I don't think the sentence will be any surprise. We're going to take a look at his little sentencing hearing, and I'll give you the highlights of that. Then, speaking of highlights, Donna is indignant. She's clutching her pearls, Tiffie Lou.
Well, duh. I mean, come on. This isn't exactly news either.
Right. Yeah, she is really upset about the way she's being treated in jail. I mean, she's being treated like an inmate. Can you believe it?
Oh, what? Why? Why?
Yep. But that is her. So before we get to Sarah, even Tiffie doesn't know about this. Tiffie,
what?
And everybody out there in the stream, we have a new segment on the show.
You're not going to make me read again, are you?
Not really. I'll read for you. It's called Comments of the Day. Here we go. Okay. All right. I picked 3 comments that have been made lately, a little mixed bag. One of them is about Donna. And says, and I left the names off of these, but if you would like to own them, you're welcome to, I suppose. So let me know. But anyway, I think she thought that if she appeared to need a medical, she would be placed in a hospital setting. And that's referring to when she was being given her meds, or they're trying to give her meds,
right,
but she didn't
recognize them or something.
Right. She didn't trust.
That's because you don't know anyone in jail. You're not going to recognize anyone.
Like anybody random person would be asking about that. However, she is in jail and not the first to claim self-harm without realizing the outcome of such statements. She is not different than the rest of the souls that came through those doors that the COs need to keep safe.
Who said this?
I don't know. I kept these anonymous, but like I said, if you
want to know who said it.
If you want to own it, you can look it up after the show.
Andrew.
We get accused of having poopy humor, but Charlie is a poopy head. Sometimes you just have to say it, you know?
The poops.
What do you think of that? Do you think she was genuinely going to self-harm, or was that a ploy did she think she could go to a cushy hospital if she did that?
She claimed self-harm before she was ever arrested, though. So maybe.
Yeah, it's possible. I think she's regretting it now.
Yeah, now that she's wearing her little suit.
Whether it was genuine or not. And somebody corrected me when she went back to her cell today. She does not have the turtle suit, but she does have.
She has regular scrubs on?
No, she has a paper gown.
Oh,
yeah.
They won't even give her regular scrubs.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the story with that. Good morning, South Africa, 5 a.m. Well, we're glad you're here. In Southern California, it's about 7 p.m. Isn't it? All right.
5 a.m.
Okay. So the next comment is not so great.
Okay.
I think it's from Wendy, actually. Gossip mongers, Katie has you all fooled. She just wasn't smart enough to get away with it. Just smart enough to point a finger at someone else. You all are talking the words of taking the words of drug-running convicted felons of gang members? Really? Remember, whatever thoughts you put out in the universe, you'll receive back.
Did you just tell me it was Wendy, or are you assuming it's Wendy?
I mean, it could be Wendy, but no, I don't think it's.
I don't think it is.
No, I don't think it's genuinely Wendy, but I was trying to be funny.
Oh.
That's what that looks like.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I haven't
gosh.
busted it out in a while. Busted out the funny. So.
Yeah, side splitting over here. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so this person clearly believes that story, I guess, with the hitman coming up on their own, and then what do you think?
I don't know.
Oh, moments in trading. Is this wait, this is your comment? I don't think so.
Wait, are you sharing comments from our subscribers?
Or was it? Well,
is that what you're doing?
No, they're not necessarily subscribers. It's in the comments.
Oh, I thought you found these on the internet. Dude.
No,
and that's why I'm like, who said that?
No,
like,
these are these. Sorry if I didn't make that clear.
Oh my gosh,
these are comments from our comment section.
Okay, so for people that have seen our videos and commenting on okay,
right.
Okay,
so that's why I said I'm keeping them anonymous.
Oh, that's why I didn't know why you were keeping. I thought you were just doing that to screw with me.
And you're like, who said that? Well, I don't really want to say. But,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, they aren't even spelling Katie correctly. My gosh.
Okay.
And yes, of course, he was just kidding about being. His comment got some of the best comments and one-liners with moments in trading, I think.
Oh, okay. So this is. I was having trouble grasping onto what this was because I literally thought it was like someone in the trial. That said this, and I'm like, oh gosh,
no, this is somebody anonymous that took the time out of their day to say this to us and call us gossip mongers.
Thanks for sharing. Okay,
I mean, I believe.
So where Katie has us fooled. Oh,
yeah,
I am fooled, I guess.
All right. Well, one last comment, and I thought this was really nice. It was on the Chandler Halderson video. Narrator's voice is legit. Kept me intrigued and freaked me out big time.
Oh, that's nice. Freak people out.
Story checks out. Okay. All right. So judging Sarah, we get the first look at a motion filed by her new attorney.
Right, finally. Yeah, they've both been really quiet.
And I gotta tell you, it didn't start off so well.
What?
Started off kind of rough.
Show me.
Yep. Moton to reappoint private investigator.
Reappoint.
My bad. Moton to reappoint private investigator and motion to incur additional cost and charges for the private investigator.
Oh my gosh. Although, okay, maybe it's an assistant that typed that up and he didn't really proofread it very well.
Yeah, but that assistant is,
I'm just saying we can't blame the lawyer specifically if it could be a really bad paralegal,
Yeah, I mean, you would think once they get it to court, they could spell check it at least, but I can't talk. I misspelled indignance tonight on one of the title graphics.
And someone misspelled Katie. I mean, it's all over the place.
Well, I went back and fixed it, but yeah, Katie as well. All right. This is new. This was on, let's see.
Yesterday.
Yeah, but when was it filed? On December 7th. It was e-filed on December 7th.
What's the date today?
Today is the 12th.
The 12th. Oh, so like almost a week ago.
So here's the first part of it. And it contains my favorite phrase next to "May it please the court." I like that. I think it's classy. But this is my second favorite legal phrase. Comes now the defendant by and through the undersigned attorney and respectfully requests this honorable court yada yada yada, but what they want is essentially what Bankowitz wanted, which is additional funding to hire a private investigator. They want $7,500, and the cool thing I think about this is that the investigative agency's name is Prison Break Investigations.
Yeah.
I like that.
Classy.
Yep. They say investigator Billy Lane's presence is necessary for this assistance during the upcoming trial. Investigator Billy Lane, not located in the night. Okay. And so it closes out. The anticipated costs at this time include the service of subpoenas, statutory amount. So, it doesn't seem to me $7,500 a big expenditure. I'm not sure what that usually costs.
I've never hired a PI. I really don't know how they run.
Yeah.
Motown. Yeah.
Maybe they meant Motown. Yeah.
Yeah.
To Riapont.
So yeah, I don't know how much that runs. I don't even know anybody who hires PIs, but I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my curiosity. Okay, maybe you can enlighten me or someone else out there can.
It's going to be somebody else.
Why does Sarah need a private investigator?
Wow, and good timing. David Warman Sr. said, "Do they really think a PI would help their case?"
That's my question. But what is he looking for?
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, what
is she looking for? The killer? She knows she's the killer.
Well, yeah,
not intentional.
Go
of
find
course,
the real killers. That's a great question. Wow, that blows my mind. What could the PI possibly investigate? I guess maybe just things about mitigating circumstances so she gets less jail time. Yeah. Moments in Trading tells us what they want is a paid expert to say that Sarah was battered to the point that she couldn't control herself. Oh, okay.
But you don't need a private investigator for that. Couldn't you do that with therapist or something?
Well, they probably go around and ask the neighbors, who call her the Drunkie the Bear, and friends and whatnot.
He was equally abused as well.
Yeah.
They got a mutually abusive relationship.
No doubt. They were both arrested and passed for that kind of crap. It takes a professional liar for that, so it costs more than a regular expert. You pay premium for that, apparently. A PI would not help her at all, says Bright Sun, and also she's complaining about money. How would she afford a PI?
Yeah.
That's a good point. Cell Block C needs a pathetic dentist. Apply in the rear. All right, that's on our next comments of the day segment.
Somebody's going to be upset.
Right.
Oh,
no. Okay, so that's the news. Oh, no, the other news with Sarah Boone is that there's a new judge listed.
Oh, that's right. And that's what I'm kind of like.
Yeah.
So Judge Wooten is...
I don't know. I mean, it could be a regular thing where they change judges at the end of the year. I have no idea. Somebody can let us know, or... I don't know. Maybe he could be retiring. Maybe this case pushed him over the edge.
Yeah, this was it. That's all he could do.
Early retirement. All right. So Chuck, as we know, is stuck for life, and we're going to look at the highlights of his sentencing hearing.
Yeah.
He came in looking pretty haggard, but he's got all his legal paperwork there, and he is in prison scrubs. I mean, he looks kind of like a dentist almost.
He is a dentist.
Well, I mean, the scrubs, I think that's a little bit, I would say cruel, but I don't feel bad for him. But
the handcuffs throw me off.
That's true. It's just a little bit ironic that he gets to dress like a dentist.
I mean, don't they all just basically wear scrubs? But his are blue, so it looks more medical than
I guess
the orange.
Yep. All right, here we go.
His hair looks nice.
Oh, I just removed it. His hair looks better, doesn't it?
What are you doing?
There's no sound in the initial portion.
Really?
Yeah, just the first 20 or 30 seconds. It's interesting looking at him coming in, and then the sound will start, and the judge will...
Very well. The pre-sentence investigation report will be filed as a part of the court record.
It sure is.
Once the Zoom has finished updating, from there, I will open up the Zoom room, and I believe the victims' families were intending to either be present or make additional victim impact statements.
Yeah, so...
Does somebody near the microphone have paper? That is driving me insane.
Yeah, the sound was not the best on this. In fact, Dan Markell's father, made a victim impact statement I don't have it here because it was really hard to hear. I know one YouTuber, I forget the name, but I saw he did the whole transcript.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I'll let you know in the comments. I'll search for that after and let you know who that was.
Send the link. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know if somebody's seen that. But Chucky looks like he aged since the trial.
He's got a little bit more gray in his face.
Yeah. I guess he was clean shaven before.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So now we
can
can see the truth.
Yeah. And he also says, a new judge. Did Sarah request that too?
I know.
I mean, if she did, she's got her wish. Yeah.
I know.
I mean, I don't think she was.
Judge Wayne
I am going to miss that name, though.
I know.
Good morning, Mr. Markell.
Good morning, sir.
I was able to review the letters. They were also a part of the pre-sentence investigation packet,
No, that was where he made his impact statement that I don't have.
which will be filed in the court file as well.
Yes, sir. Nothing further regarding victim impact.
What is the state's argument with regard to sentence, at least
Yeah, he's not getting any sun anymore. Well, maybe
No more boating.
maybe 1 hour a day. He gets
Yeah.
out in the yard.
as it concerns counts 2 and 3?
In regards to counts 2 and 3, Your Honor, we are seeking the maximum sentence. We're asking for consecutive 30-year sentences on both of those.
Mr. Rauschbaum, do you have any argument to make on behalf of your client as to counts 2 or 3?
Judge, we understand the situation. We just ask that those counts
Good
be
one.
run concurrently.
Very well. Mr. Adelson, I'm going to give you the opportunity to make a statement if you wish. You do not have to speak. However, this is your opportunity if you choose to do so.
Oh, he's going to.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
He's
they
going to
don't.
stand up and he's going to say something undoubtedly profound.
Okay.
Let's see what he says.
I do.
You may stand.
Sam. I would just like to say that I maintain my innocence.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
Well, please rise. I'm now going to pronounce the sentence.
And some information shared here. Donna's lawyer works for a law firm that specializes in medical and dental malpractice and white collar crimes. Not really. Oh, that's interesting.
Why didn't she get a better lawyer than that?
Maybe
didn't she
she's
get a
running.
lawyer?
Maybe they're running out of money.
I don't know. You were reading off their little like tidbits of millions
Houses.
of dollars.
They have
and things.
about 8 million in the bank.
She
I
can sell
saw.
a vacation home or something and get a better lawyer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know this. They have go-kart racing in prison. Will be good for Charlie.
Oh, that would sounds like
I would actually do that if I were in
an
prison.
interesting way to kill someone.
Yeah, that seems a little reckless. Dangerous.
With the jury having found you guilty of all 3 counts that you were charged with in your indictment of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and solicitation to commit first-degree murder, I am going to adjudicate you guilty of all 3 at this time, and you are going to be sentenced as follows. As to count 1, the first-degree murder count pursuant to section 782.04 and 775.082 Florida statutes, you are sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of release or parole. As to count 2, you are going to be sentenced consecutively to 30 years in the Department of Corrections for conspiracy to commit.
Yeah, we know he likes to talk.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't know how much he liked to talk until he got on the stand and was talking. He's like, oh,
So this is my question. He's acting kind of unaffected. Do you think that he was informed that this is probably what was going to happen for his sentencing?
Oh yeah, I don't think there was much of a choice, but he looks dead inside, you know, and I don't think he has Xanax to cope with it anymore.
They have Xanax in prison, don't they?
I don't know if they let you take it.
Well, I mean, what if you have
Yeah.
an anxiety disorder?
Yeah, but then you could store it up and sell it. That would just be. They
right.
already do that with Seroquel and all those other things.
Right,
so,
right, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
First-degree murder. As to count 3, you are going to be sentenced to 30 years in the Department of Corrections consecutively for solicitation to commit first-degree murder.
It's cute when they have a life sentence and then they put another consecutive
Oh,
sentence.
no,
on
no,
that.
just in case you outlive that life sentence.
They're covering all their bases.
The credit for time served that applies in this matter is how much?
597.
597 days will be applied as credit for time served in this case.
Credit for life?
Right,
Like,
yeah. He got credit 597 days. That's also adorable when they do that.
That's so, what? Yeah.
Oh, Donna's lawyer had a buy one, get one free. So when Wendy gets indicted, she's good to go.
Oh,
that's a nice deal. And I'm excited, Tiffie Lou, to see what you think of Donna's lawyer.
I haven't seen. Is it a him or a her?
It's a her.
It's a her. Okay.
Comments I've seen are mixed, but a lot of negative comments.
So you want to hear me say something negative?
Well, you're
What
gonna.
if I have nothing negative to say? All right.
Then I'm sure you're going to say something cute.
30 days to appeal both your conviction and now your sentence. Mr. Adelson, you are going to be fingerprinted today. And from here, you are going to be sent to the Department of Corrections to begin serving your sentence. Mr. Rauschbaum, if you please, can timely file the notice of appeal so that way there is no issues regarding any review of the conviction itself.
Yeah, I don't know. There is something a little bit funny with his beard, but I don't know. Guy had a tough job.
Does either party have anything further to raise to the court before we finish for today?
Nothing from the state.
No, Your Honor.
We are in recess. Mr. and Mrs. Markell, have a good day. Thank you for being available so you can provide your victim impact statements. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yay, recess. And then this is the last part of this is Charlie getting fingerprinted.
He has to get fingerprinted again?
Yeah, I guess this is the official post-sentencing fingerprint.
Oh, really? I didn't know they did that a few times.
Yeah,
I thought
well,
that, once they got you, they got you.
I've never been this far through the legal system, so I don't know. I don't know.
Phew, lucky you.
Oh, he's going to play Santa in the jail. That's cool. Yeah. He needs to work. I think next year he could have both a full beard and it would be entirely white. David Warman Sr. says they have to give you prescribed meds, even Xanax. They just have to watch you take it, and time served will come into effect. If the life gets overturned, then yeah, he's got the time served. That makes sense.
Yeah, okay, if it gets overturned, because I'm like, yay.
Yeah. Thanks, David. Yeah.
Okay,
and
that's
there
informative.
he goes.
And off he goes.
Yeah. So I mean, he did look dead inside, didn't he?
Well, who knows what's happened to him in there either. He might not be everybody's favorite person,
Yeah, I wonder how he's gonna do in prison. I mean,
or he might be everyone's favorite person.
Yeah, especially if he has some money left. He's gonna get pimped out for his commissary.
Oh my gosh!
And you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're gonna take advantage of him or try. But I don't know. Sometimes the rich inmates, but there have been a couple high-profile stabbings too lately, shivvings in prison. So I don't even know if he'll be in Gen Pop. But
so what does Donna have to say?
Oh yeah, so
let's hear about her indignance.
She had a lot to say. She wasn't allowed to speak in court, but she had a lot to say anyway.
Oh.
So yeah, you'll think that's interesting too. All right, let's take a look at Donna's. It was both her arraignment and they're talking about a moton that her lawyer made.
Moton.
Her lawyer put in a moton to, let's see. She requests the court to enjoin the Leon County Jail from continuing her current conditions of confinement, place her in a unit suitable for trial preparation, conduct an independent psychological evaluation, and alternatively, if all that stuff doesn't work out, Tiffie Lou, requests release on house arrest with standard pretrial release conditions. Well,
if
first
she
of
gets
all,
house arrest, I'm gonna like shit sideways.
Are
you kidding me?
I don't think the pretrial conditions could be standard for that. She showed up with a one-way ticket to Vietnam. Anyway, this one is a bit longer, but I promise it's all the highlights. And yeah, here we go. She's about to walk in. The courtroom is hushed.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Donna. Ooh.
She doesn't look as country clubbish as she used to.
Yeah, this is definitely a new look for her. Man, did you see her on Wheel of Fortune? She was like all dressed up and stuff. Lipstick, hairspray. A long time ago.
Counsel of record as to each party may make their appearances.
Georgia Kappelman and Sarah Catherine Dugan for the state.
Oh, and I'll say, if you want to watch this, my highlights of this trial without our stank all over it, without us talking and pausing, you can do so. I put the link in the description to the unadulterated version. Yes.
Marisol Descalzo on behalf of Donna Adelson, who's present in court.
Watch like 50 people
left.
just leave right now.
Your Honor, I'll just add to supplement to my motion, which was filed last week, that we are now on day 22 of direct observation. Mrs. Adelson continues unable to participate in her defense. She's not permitted any papers. I cannot mail her anything. I did have a call with her on Friday, but only because Mrs. Kappelman facilitated it for me. And on that call, it was not a private call. Ms. Adelson was forced to put me on speakerphone with guards listening. There is just no way that Mrs. Adelson can prepare for her defense in this manner.
Okay, she needs a private room with her attorney, but they're not going to let her have the phone because she can wrap the cord around herself.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier.
Well, why isn't she getting any private meetings with her attorney or even private?
Yeah.
She hasn't been able to reach her. And why?
Yeah.
Why do you think that's happening? Because I'm asking you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not kidding.
I was reading a comment. I apologize.
I'm just saying, that's everyone's legal right. I hate to defend Donna on this.
For sure. And this is the thing with Sarah Boone. I mean, you don't feel bad for her, but she needs an attorney.
But and this isn't legally okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And with Moton, it's not starting out too well for Sarah. Let's see if Donna will fare any better. Let's continue. And this is helpful information. To check out Donna or Charlie's files, go to the Leon County Court site, enter the name and charge and name
charge.
I think he said I think he means change. Change the setting from civil to criminal, and it gives you a pop-up with the charges as links. Continued.
Okay.
And sorry, Moments of Trading. I don't know if you are he or she. I apologize if I picked the wrong one. I just realized. But Donna's lawyer won't be able by the jury for sure. Oh, she won't be likable. Yeah. I don't think so either. But I mean, she's got a tough job as well. Somebody's got to do it.
Are you alleging that you have no ability to access your client or that there is limited contact with your client?
No, Your Honor. I'm not saying that there is no ability.
Yeah, she later, and it's in this video, she grills the chief like cross-examining a
Why are
witness.
You telling us? Just let us watch.
Direct observations that are contained within my motion were not observed by myself, but Daniel Rashbaum, Charlie Adelson's attorney, had a visit with Charlie Adelson, and he was able to swap it out for Miss Donna Adelson the week of, I think, November 27th or 28th. So he was able to have that conversation with her in person. I've had a conversation with her, like I said, over the phone. I have been told that I can do a 60-minute increment visit with her in person. There is no video visitation ability. So I would say that my ability to meet with her is limited. It's not non-existent. However, my ability to share, for example, discovery, paperwork, the motion I filed with Ms. Adelson is non-existent because she's not permitted to have paper.
Very well. We'll take up the other aspect of this in a moment, actually.
Not even paper.
Wow, why? What can you do to yourself with paper?
A million paper cuts.
And eventually you'll bleed out?
You could choke yourself with it.
With paper?
Yeah, enough of it. You wad it up. Yeah. Like I said, I wish they'd been this careful with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, you could. Yep.
Okay.
which deals with the level of confinement and what is going on with it. Ms. Kappelman, does the state have any argument to make concerning this matter?
The state would defer to Mr. Toomey, who's here to speak on those matters that I think you're addressing right now.
Very well, Mr.
Yeah, so after this testimony, it seemed like to me that one side had to be stretching the truth a bit.
About not being able to reach?
Right. When you'll see later that they can't both be right. So who's stretching it?
Pimentel, Mr. Toomey.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
As far as this particular issue goes, there is no impediment to her speaking with her lawyer, seeing her lawyer, over and above using a tablet. The tablet has a headset that can be used as a ligature. Otherwise, she's free to enter the jail. Chief Mack is here. He's assured me that they can have visit. I don't understand
She's
the
in
problem.
Miami, though, right?
This is Leon County and Tallahassee.
I know. I'm saying her lawyer is in Miami.
Oh, yeah.
So she'd have to drive 7 hours.
Right. Maybe she's just not into driving that
Well,
much.
I know. Did let your company pay for a hotel and stay in town?
Yeah, because it can't do remote at all.
Come
Apparently.
on. Yeah, right.
That is perceived, but there is no impediment to an attorney-client visitation. Am I correct?
Dr. Pugh.
The first question, we'll have Chief Mack give some testimony so that
Where's Dr. Zapp? You'll see later.
way we have a clear record. But the level of confinement and also the current restrictions that are in place, are these because there were at some point statements alluding to self-harm during the jail phone calls?
And at booking here. When she was booked into the jail here, she made a
She's
statement
saying
that
no.
she wanted to die. Now, before she was arrested in Miami, she also had a phone call with her son, who's obviously in jail here. 25-minute phone call. I personally listened to it. She very clearly spoke about a plan to kill herself using sleeping pills.
One moment, Miss
Oh, and but she
Adelson.
finds it funny.
Yep, and she's about to get admonished by the judge.
She's going to get scolded.
Here comes the judge.
Please keep your comments to yourself. Let your lawyer argue on your behalf.
Spoiler alert, she
Spoke
won't.
of a plan to kill herself if she could not escape the country before arrest. That was known to the folks in this jail when she got here. That's why she's on watch. The mental health professionals see her every day. They are not satisfied that she's safe,
That's a good point, Queen Olive. Yep.
and it's up to them.
And this is all because of her own doing, because of the statements she made.
Right, yeah.
You know.
She's acting so shocked, like it's ridiculous. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is exactly how I see it. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So far, Donna 0.
Yeah.
Is there a specific procedure that the jail has for dealing with inmates with a threat of self-harm?
Yeah, thank you, Angel Baby. It's a channel called Madness and Motive, and he put together the whole transcript of
the victim
the victim impact statement.
Okay.
Yeah, so check out his channel. He has some good stuff over there lately. Fairly new channel, Madness and Motive.
Chief Mack, let me swear you in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, sir.
If you can explain to me what the procedure is, Chief Mack, and from there, Mr. Toomey, Mr. Pimentel, I'll allow you to direct Chief Mack on any other matters you believe to be pertinent. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Anytime anyone makes a statement or we get evidence of someone wants to actually harm themselves.
And oh shoot!
Why'd you cut him up? I was on his word there.
No, I was going to pause it to say Chief Mack is a soft-spoken gentleman.
Yeah.
So you might have to turn it up, but let me get back to...
Or we could just, yeah. Gosh, Andrew.
I'm sorry,
Get your hand
everybody.
away from the mouse.
All right.
Swear or
Chief
affirm
Mack.
the testimony you're about to give will be the truth.
Yes, sir.
If you can explain to me what the procedure is, Chief Mack, and from there, Mr. Toomey, Mr. Pimentel, I'll allow you to direct Chief Mack on any other...
Yeah, that's a great idea, Isabel. Pay her attorney $1 million to relocate.
matters you believe to be pertinent. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Anytime anyone makes a statement or we get evidence of someone wants to actually harm themselves, they're placed on direct observation. On direct observation, they receive a smock
Thank you for posting that, Amelia Sparkles.
as well as a suicide blanket. And they're placed in an isolated room. It's just direct observation is what it really is. So we have a staff member outside the door that actually watches them around the clock, make sure they don't cause any harm to themselves.
So he's saying they're watched around the clock, so they don't cause any harm to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
When are the individuals who are under this status reevaluated for going back to general population?
That's done daily with yes care personnel.
Mr. Toomey, if you have any further examination for Chief Mack.
She doesn't agree.
Did
Look
she,
at her.
Did she make a face?
She leaned in like, that's insane.
Oh, yeah. She'll be making some great faces later during Chief Mack's testimony here. Got very disrespectful.
Allow you to do so at this time.
Very briefly. Chief, is there a way for someone that's on suicide watch to have a direct visit with their lawyer?
So he said, is there a way for someone who is on self-harm watch to have a direct visit with their lawyer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we will pull the individual from the particular area that they're housed in and put them in an office with just the attorney.
Mrs. Scalzo, do you have an examination for Chief Mack?
I do, Your Honor. May I proceed, Your Honor?
You may.
Thank you. Would you like me to proceed from here?
That's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor. Chief Mackey, am I pronouncing that correctly?
No.
Mack.
Chief Mack. Chief.
And that's the first of many miscommunications, weird kind of stuff
I think
going
she
on.
should have gotten a criminal lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
This person is way over their head.
Yeah.
You know.
She seemed very nervous, which is, I would be, but maybe she doesn't have a lot of experience in criminal trials. We'll have to look her up.
Mack. Have you listened to this 25-minute call that Miss Adelson had before she was arrested?
Not in its entirety. I actually heard the portion where she was speaking of wanting to do a pact with her husband. I'm assuming that's who the individual was.
Chief Mack, do you participate in the decision on whether Miss Adelson needs to remain on direct observation?
No, ma'am, that's a medical.
Okay, is the medical person that makes that decision a psychiatrist or another person?
That's Dr. Sapp.
So Dr. Sapp, is Dr. Sapp a psychiatrist?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if Dr. Sapp has examined Miss Adelson?
And the upcoming section is kind of like Who's on First. It's a comedy of errors.
This feels like he's on trial. Like,
Right.
What the heck?
Yeah, she's very aggressive tone with him.
Wow.
Like trying to make a statement, I guess.
She's trying to look like she's important.
Yeah, making the wrong statement, in my opinion.
She advised me that she spoke with her on different occasions or been around the area while another clinician was talking with her.
Well,
So that was a good pausing point. He said that Dr. Sapp is the correct pronunciation, was in the area seeing a lot of patients. Donna's not the only princess there.
Oh, she's not.
Right.
how is Miss Dr. Zapp?
Sapp.
Zapp. How is Dr. Zapp?
She still says it wrong.
Zapp with a C, I'm sorry?
If you could spell it, Chief Mack.
S-A-P-P. Sapp.
Zapp.
That killed me. S-A-P-P. Sap. Zap. Got it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
How is Dr. Zapp supposed to determine whether Mrs. Adelson can be removed from direct observation if she doesn't evaluate her?
From what I was advised, she has evaluated her and also other members of her staff.
Do you have a report from Dr. Zapp establishing, I'm sorry.
I wouldn't take, because of HIPAA laws, I don't necessarily get involved with medical paperwork.
Did you inquire how many times Dr. Zapp had met with Mrs. Adelson?
I did not, because they actually see everyone that's on direct daily, and it's more than just Miss Adelson.
Chief Mack, are you aware that Dr. Zapp has never
Yeah, it was a good pause with Donna. Looked a little bit like Beavis, apparently.
evaluated or met with Mrs. Adelson?
I can only go what I've been told by Ms. Sapp.
Chief Mack, are you aware that Dr.
Why
Pugh
is she
is
so
the only
surprised?
Yeah.
He could only go by what he was told by the doctor.
And now she's going on to talk about a Dr. Pugh, which
Did she say his name correctly?
she does,
Okay.
yeah, but I guess that doctor is affectionately known at least in our comments as Dr. Puke.
Psychiatrist that has
We're
seen
disgusting.
Mrs. Adelson, and that was on November 27th.
I didn't get that information as to who saw her. All I needed to know, or all I need to be privileged to, is that she needed to be on direct observation.
Yeah, right, son. Like mother, like son with that, right?
Yeah, what the heck?
Mommy called him a dirty name.
And I don't know why he's getting yelled at. This guy is literally just her
Right.
CO.
And he doesn't have access to medical records, I wouldn't think.
No, he's just telling you what the protocol is.
He's telling you what other people told him about the situation. Right. And yeah, I feel bad for the guy.
Were you advised how many times she had visits?
Oh,
did you ask how many times she had been visited?
Not just knowing that she's being seen daily. I don't ask who actually saw her or what the conversation was pertaining to.
That's Chief not his job.
Right.
That's not his job, guys.
Yeah, I mean, he probably briefed himself as much as he could before he came in here.
Right.
If what you're saying is what you were told is correct, there should be a report from Dr. Zapp and from whatever clinician is meeting her daily, right? About the evaluation.
Yes, I would assume it is.
And did anybody tell you, any of your clinicians tell you that actually Mrs. Adelson was evaluated by the same psychiatrist over a period of 72 hours in Miami, and she was released to general population?
Okay, that was Miami, though.
Yeah, this is a different city.
Different jail, different circumstances. I bet Harvey is getting an earful every day. Yeah, I would think so, but she claimed in her moton that
she's not allowed to talk to him.
Well, she's gotten one call to him. So, I mean, Harvey's probably like relieved about it. Oh, thank God she can't call me.
Right.
I heard something of it, but...
Okay, can you tell us generally what you have been told?
Yeah, that's right, Kari. He does step in here pretty soon.
What was her evaluation like? When will she be stepped down? What's happening?
That's something that they will tell me.
Why would he know?
What was the question?
Why would he know any of this information about her?
Yeah.
Notes and stuff with the doctor and all of that.
Yeah, good point. He is she is grandstanding a little bit.
Yeah.
With her performance here, trying to get blood from a turnip. Is that what they used to say?
In the way of when she feels as though that Ms. Adelson is at that stage in the process, she will inform me of the step down process.
Who is she?
That's either of the Yes Care personnel. Normally, it's Dr. Sapp, Dr. Pugh, or Ms. Smith, Ms. Richardson, Tori Richardson.
Okay. So it's Ms. Richardson, Dr. Pugh, and Dr. Zapp. Those are the three people you're communicating with about Mrs. Adelson's treatment or step down process?
Periodically, I have a
All right, I love that person. Somebody was in Mental Lawyers Chat today who has changed their name to Dr. Zapp.
That's funny.
That actually is over medical, but I go through medical.
That would be a great superhero, Dr. Zapp.
Mr. Scalzo, before this continues on, I want this to remain focused on the subject matter of the motion itself. This is not a deposition. If you have further examination, I'll allow you to finish.
Right. Yep.
Thank you, Your Honor. Chief Mack, are you aware that the only person that has been communicating or evaluating Mrs. Adelson since the one time on November 27th that Dr. Pugh saw her is Miss Richardson?
Richardson. I'm not aware of who all. I know Miss Pugh's seen her once, twice. I'm not sure.
You're saying Dr. Zapp has personally told you that Dr. Zapp has visited Mrs. Adelson?
My gosh.
She told me she was in the area with Miss Adelson.
Yeah, Donna's appalled too. For a different reason, I think.
Because I wasn't present as to what occurred during that meeting.
So what does it mean?
Yeah, what are we doing here? Let's go get Wendy, David.
She's in the area, that she was around?
Not for real, but
yes,
you know.
ma'am. That's what she advised me, that she was around.
Did you interpret that to mean that she evaluated Mrs. Adelson or that she was around Mrs.
I
Adelson?
interpreted it as she being present in the area.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
Mr. Toomey, and I redirect.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's Dr. Zapp or Dr.
Sap.
Thor, you know, she's getting evaluated by someone just because she hasn't seen the doctor she wants, probably.
Yeah.
You know,
If there were notes regarding the interaction between mental health and the defendant in this case, where would those notes be?
I'm gonna be in a medical file.
Recognize this document as her medical file. It's moving around a bit. It's been a day.
Yes, I would say that was a medical file.
All right. Do you know if anybody's asked for these besides me?
No, sir.
That's all, Judge.
all right, that was kind of a Perry Mason moment.
Yeah.
He walks up, he's got her medical file there. Do you recognize this as the medical file? Yep, that's it. Has anybody besides myself asked for that medical file? No, sir.
No, exactly. Yeah.
You know, boom. And he drops the mic and he walks away.
Mm-hmm.
Chief Mack, you may take your seat.
He's
Is
like,
there
"Thank
a
God."
procedure with regard to inmates with self-harm concerns or direct observation?
There is. It's standard in each and every jail. It is that until a mental health counselor or another mental health provider, like a psychiatrist or psychologist, is
Oops, sorry.
assured that that person does not possess or present a risk of self-harm, then they stay on that status. And they figure out where that status is by charting daily a mental health.
Nice, David. Are you like that guy that got the sisters to confess, the sisters that killed their father because he was,
Oh, right.
you know,
Yeah.
sick in a nursing home, or didn't want to go to a nursing home. They didn't want to take care of him. That's David Warman Sr.
Counselor sees her.
Have you been able to provide a copy of either the policy or the patient file to Ms. Adelson's attorney?
I haven't been asked.
Yeah,
I
it
can tell
is.
you, before this motion was written, no one has asked for these medical records because I am the final arbiter in this state for this client. I decide whether the records are going out.
Very well.
Like I said in my motion, I understand that there's separation of powers, and I understand that the court is limited in what they can do in directing the jail. But I think that one thing that Your Honor can do is, you have heard that the jail, and Mr. Toomey said, he's the arbiter in this state. All jails run the same. The jail in Miami-Dade County cleared Mrs. Adelson, a psychiatrist, a mental health professional that works for the state.
Move to strike as irrelevant, Your Honor. I mean, whatever happened to Miami-Dade jail, whatever their evaluation was, I'm sure she has to get reevaluated.
Yeah, everywhere, every transfer, right?
You know, I would, yeah.
Works for the Department of Corrections, has said that she is not required to be on direct observation. She comes here and all of a sudden that changes.
Mr. Toomey and Mr. Pimentel, what administrative remedies are actually available to inmates absent the court stepping in?
Well, that is a key question when it comes to injunctions. That's
Yes.
what we thought. There are two means. First, that there's a grievance procedure in the jail that can and must be followed.
Do you think, yeah, I think she will need a new attorney, but do you think Moments of Trading that she's running low on money? Is that an issue, or?
I think she just went with who she was comfortable with, and I don't think that was smart. I think she should have gone to who she's comfortable with and asked that person to refer her to somebody really good.
Right.
She needs a criminal attorney. This woman pushes papers.
This might be
You
like
know?
that gynecologist who wrote an opinion piece in the Tallahassee Democrat, said, I've known Donna for 40 years and she would never do anything like
Right,
this.
yeah.
And Charlie didn't do it. They should be released.
Oh my gosh.
Second, there is always civil suit, either in this courthouse or the fancy courthouse up the street. So there are
Yep.
legal avenues in place that preclude the entry of an injunction.
Yeah, this was all so unnecessary. And here we are all these years later because these numbskulls made a plan to kill somebody they
It
didn't.
just the time that's passed is just what floors me.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. And it's just such a waste.
Mr. Pimentel, do you have anything further to argue on behalf of the sheriff?
Well, Your Honor, I need to put something on the record first. James Pimentel, General Counsel for the Sheriff's Office. I've been Sheriff McNeil's General Counsel for almost 7 years now. I've never heard from this attorney. I haven't heard from anyone representing this defendant.
I just saw that, Jay. You can get a really good deal on Charlie's house now. It came down by like $500,000.
Wow.
Any assertion, sir, that they've attempted to contact the Office of General Counsel? I have a paralegal. I have email. I've never been contacted by this defendant or this defendant's counsel.
Very well. I'm going to make my findings as follows. As to the issue of there being a Sixth Amendment violation where there is no access by Ms. Adelson to counsel of record, I cannot find that. However, Ms. Adelson being able to confer with counsel privately, Mr. Toomey, Mr. Pimentel, is there an ability?
Oops, sorry, didn't mean to pause.
Would you stop touching
I know,
things?
I'm all jumpy.
Stop touching
To
things.
make accommodation for that, even in the observation wing?
Yes, Your Honor, there is. Chief Mack and I will work to ensure that we have a protocol, Your Honor.
Very well. What I would ask you to do then is please.
Yeah, shout out to Wendy. I wonder what she's doing right at this very moment.
She's watching this.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yep.
Speak with defense counsel as to what accommodations can be made. Right, Mr. Scalzo, as to issuing an injunction against the jail, I do not believe I have the authority to do so.
Yeah.
Right, Mr. Toomey, Mr. Pimentel, and Chief Mack, if you can get with defense counsel, I think that will eliminate next time the need to have any hearings on a basis such as this. Obviously, Ms. Adelson wants to prepare for her trial. She is entitled to do so, but the sheriff runs the jail. I fully recognize that, and I respect that.
Yep. Sheriff
Thank
runs
you
the jail.
very much. Yeah, exactly.
I like that judge. He's very no nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Admonished Donna once, and then Donna kind of did it again. And,
Her little face rant. I wish we could make like a little cartoon of all of her little reactions.
oh yeah, that sounds like a nice project. God, I hope it's an undercover cop dating Wendy. If not, why would you? Is she dating someone right now?
I guess she's got a new love.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are people that like people in prison, so.
Oh, she can't watch that. That's good to know. I did not know that.
That's
Okay.
right. She wasn't allowed to talk to her mother all these years about the case either.
Yeah, but
so
I know all
she
these years.
She respected that.
I'm sure. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh man, yeah. A lot of the comments are like, "Well, Wendy's next. Let's go get her." Perjured herself a few times, possibly in the trial. But why was Wendy not in court today giving a victim impact statement? Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, she has not shed a tear, one tear for that man.
Mm-mm.
You know, except some fake tears and with her dry Kleenex in the interrogation room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. Sarah Boone has a new judge and a new lawyer. Dr. Chuck, they pretty much threw away the key on him.
Right.
He's got a big adjustment to make with coming from that $1.8 million home.
Right.
And
I don't know though. He served almost 600 days.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he's probably used to the place by now, right?
Yeah, man. His looks have improved since he's got there. When he first got
well, his
there,
hair it looks like he stopped putting his fingers in an electrical socket.
right? He doesn't have the Krusty the Clown hairdo anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy Wendy dated that Charlie and Donna liked, the one that Charlie spoke of on the stand, a bunch of people said that guy was a billionaire.
Oh, so it's all about money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they liked him. They
Poor Markel was just a teacher.
really liked him. I mean, Dan Markel wasn't doing too shabby for himself.
But he wasn't a billionaire.
He wasn't a billionaire.
Uh-huh.
Right. He's going to prison now. He's been in jail all this time. That's right. Yep. over almost 2 years. Is that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite 2 years. Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, I can't imagine what they're thinking. I know Donna is probably not thinking healthy thoughts right now, but shout out to the Adelsons, both in and out of custody. And I don't think we're done putting them in jail. Do you?
No, we're gonna stay on top of this.
It's gonna take a while. Well, I mean, for everybody to come to justice,
Right.
So
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to Donna.
Yep.
And seeing if she does change lawyers and what that's going to look like.
And is she going to go to trial? I mean, is it like a situation where maybe it's not as airtight as Sarah Boone recording her own crime, but there's a lot of compelling evidence.
I know she wasn't quiet about anything she did.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Judge
Wooten probably had to back off because of all the letters. He's now a witness. Yeah. And Wyatt says this is a new boyfriend. The billionaire called Dave on the wiretaps, ran a mile. Oh, ran away. Oh, you rock too, Bright Sun. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. If you enjoyed yourself tonight, whether you're live or in the future watching this in a replay, please hit thumbs up and consider subscribing. And we got some cool duds at TiffieLou.com. And then lastly, if you go to our membership tab for $2.99 a month, you can see some behind the scenes stuff and exclusive episodes and some other fun things. So let us know and let us know.
No, just join.
Right.
Just join.
Please.
Yeah.
But anyway, we really appreciate all you being here, and we will see you on Friday. God knows what's going to happen between now and Friday.
I know.
It's been so much, so fast. So anyway, good night, everybody. We love you. See you Friday.